I'm Felicia.
I'm India, and we're Black Girls Grilling. Welcome to Sisterhood
and Smoke.
Yes.
It's Sisterhood and Smoke.
Come on.
So we bringing the heat. Our journey to the Big Green Egg is a really, really special one.
Yes.
It's been in our grilling and barbecue, open fire cooking, live fire cooking, has been in our family for a very, very long time.
Yes.
We are from the beautiful city of Atlanta, Georgia, but our roots are down in a really small town called Vienna, Georgia in Dooley County.
Yes.
Shout out to Dooley County. That's where a lot of our barbecue, our family recipes, our Southern recipes come from. So we've always been around it. We're family. We got together around the egg or around barbecue. And then, of course, when we purchased our first Big Green Egg, it was just completely life-changing.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's ironic because we always loved to cook. We grew up fellowshipping with family and friends all our lives. So to take those indoor recipes and take them outside to backyard barbecue,
Change our life.
we couldn't ask for anything more.
Yes. Some of our most famous or our most popular recipes come from things that we learned or we put together from old family recipes. So down in the country or down even at home, back home, they were usually putting a whole hog on the open fire or using a hog head to cook Brunswick stew. Now me and my sister aren't doing that, but we've taken some of our really popular house recipes, our smoked oxtails, our pound cake, even something as simple as a nice rotel dip.
Yes.
And we throw it on the egg because once you put your recipe together and once you decide what you like for it to be, putting it on the egg just elevates the entire experience. So that's been fun. Yeah.
And the thing of it is, even though it is a grill, you can still use the same temperature you use on the stove. So don't be afraid of what temp you should have it because it's a grill.
Play around with it.
Yeah, play around with it. Always make every recipe your own. So whatever seasonings you like best, whatever taste you like to have, make it your own. Put it on the grill, and it would be egg fantastic. Egg-tastic. Egg-tastic. I like that.
That was good.
So always experience, play around, make it your own, be yourself. And I promise you, no matter what you put on this grill,
that Big Green Egg gonna elevate it every time.
Every single time. Every single time.
We are here to show you our award-winning smoked oxtail recipe cooked on a Big Green Egg.
Yes. So first, before you season it, make sure you clean those oxtails very good. What you have to do is trim some of that tough fat off of it, but you do want to still leave some good fat on there because when it renders down,
flavor, baby.
Flavor to the gods.
Yes.
So what are you gonna go ahead and season it with, sis?
So I'm gonna start with a nice SPG. We got some Big Green Egg, salt and pepper, and garlic seasoning. You wanna make sure you're seasoning really liberal, like pack it on.
Yes.
This is a meat right here where it's really tough to over season. You don't want to over salt, but it's tough to over season it because you're gonna be smoking it for a while. We're gonna go in with some Italian seasoning. This is your oregano, your parsley, all of the above. And we have very similar, this is a steakhouse seasoning, so it's a little mixture of everything.
A little garlic powder and things like that, black pepper, a little salt.
This is Cajun, so we're going in with a little bit of heat, your favorite Cajun seasoning, and then of course you gotta add a little fire.
Have to have fire. Red pepper flakes.
Fresh red peppers.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you wanna kinda just work everything in. So take some time to just make sure each side is coated nice and evenly. I always like to season based off of how it looks, honestly.
Yes.
So if you feel like all of your sides are nice and coated, then you know, okay, this might be ready to sit for a while and then it's ready for the smoke.
Right. And always after you finish seasoning, make sure you let it marinate. Let it sit for a good hour. Actually start getting your grill ready and fired up so you can place those bad boys on there.
Yes, they're gonna be ready for the Big Green Egg very soon. Take some of that extra seasoning. We don't traditionally use a binder. If you wanna, this is a good time before you went in with the season. If you want a little oil or something like that, you can. But these are a fatty cut of meat. So you're gonna get a nice little fat. They're gonna glaze up nicely, even without having to add a binder.
So let's get started on how this famous award-winning oxtail dish became a popular all over the country, especially when they come to Oktoberfest. So maybe about like 10 years ago, we actually started doing oxtails and smoked Gouda grits around Mother's Day. It was like our Mother's Day brunch for our household.
Yes.
We always fellowship anyway, and we wanted to do something different with our oxtail dish instead of your traditional dinner oxtail plates. So my sister was like, let's do grits with it. And I was like, you know I have some good creamy grits, girl. So let's put that good meat on top of those grits, and it was a hit 10 years ago, maybe even longer.
Yeah.
And when we have an older brother that actually passed away, so we made sure we kept our closeness with our family intact. And we was like, you know, you never know when the next time you'll have these moments. So we just kept fellowshipping. And one day my sister invested in a big green egg. She said, sis, let's put these oxtails on the grill.
Yes.
When she said that, I knew all the lights from heaven shined down on us, because that was a light bulb in her head.
It was.
It was
and
a
it
light
really
bulb.
changed the game. Like, we took a really good recipe that had amazing foundation, and we was like, how would this taste if it was smoked?
Right.
And it honestly changed the game. Like, once we put them on the big green egg, it was no looking back. So
No looking
Oktoberfest, like when we take them out there, from a small batch to 200 pounds of oxtail, we take the same time. We take, you know, we put our love in each batch of these oxtails.
Absolutely.
We don't rush it.
Absolutely.
We take our time and season it the same way we would if we was cooking Mother's Day dinner around the family.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes it special. And I think that's why people are able to connect with us, because they can feel the love in the dish.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't
don't change anything. We keep everything the same. Our first Oktoberfest was 2022.
That's right.
And we didn't realize how much of a big thing it was until we got there and went to Cool Rayfield and seen hundreds of green eggs out there on the field.
Crazy.
It was surreal.
The night before, my sister was crying, y'all.
I was a crybaby.
She was like, we gotta go out there and cook it for all those people. It feels so special. And we cooked like 150 pounds of oxtail,
Yes.
which shout out to our parents, because they were
Thank
like,
you.
we gotta take the oxtails out there. We loaded them up, we purchased them, and we cooked all of those oxtails on a medium.
One medium
Big green egg all night. We went out there on 0 hours of sleep, just hyped up like, Black Girls Grilling.
And just to hear them, you know, go around each tent and acknowledge everyone that place that year.
And our line was crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely
Our line
much
was
crazy.
crazy.
It
So-
was from our tent to the middle of the baseball field.
We've met some of the most amazing people on this journey. Like, I'm like, who would have known that a simple little oxtail would, you know, just have us in touch with so many amazing,
Absolutely.
really, really amazing people. So,
And we met incredible eggheads out there as well. Like, shout out to you guys. You guys worked hard for years. And our
Yes.
first year out, we placed third place.
We did.
Our second year, we placed second place.
Yes.
And last year, for the 50th anniversary,
we took the title home.
We took the title home. First trophy ever given away for Oktoberfest. Our names are #1.
And we're just so grateful for that.
So humbly grateful.
We about to put these oxtails on the smoke.
Watch the fire.
Okay, we are over at our extra large big green egg, and we're about to get ready to throw our oxtails on, but we have to get it set up for indirect cooking first.
Right.
So we already have the charcoal lit, and the egg is set right now at about 300 degrees. So we got a small
300
crack.
degrees Fahrenheit.
300 degrees Fahrenheit, sis. So we got a small crack at the top, and our vent is a little open. We're gonna go in with our specialty wood.
Now, be sure when you open up a big green egg grill, make sure you burp it. And we'll show you and demonstrate that to you. So, burping the grill, let the smoke out. Burp it like that. Then you lift the grill up.
Yes, perfect. So we got our wood down in here. We're gonna go in next. Extra large convector, be very careful. This thing's really heavy.
Very heavy.
We have our gloves on. Some people do it gloveless, but you know, we the Black Girls Grilling. We gotta keep our nails nice.
We keep our nails nice and clean, so we always wear our gloves.
Drip pan, sis.
A drip pan for certain meats because it has a lot of fat on it. So you don't want that drip to get down into your wood, into your lump coal, because it'll cause a big fire.
Yeah, a lot of flashback. We don't want that. Grill grate is down. And so we're all set up for indirect cooking. We're gonna let that wood get some heat on and start to smoke up. Let the neighbors know that you got a fire going on your big green egg, and we'll be back to add those oxtails.
Yes.
Alrighty, so we are back. Our oxtails now have been marinating for a couple of hours in all of those seasonings we talked about earlier. And we're gonna go ahead and get them on the egg, sis. And we smoking, baby. Catch us by the smoke. When we say Sisterhood and Smoke, it is not a joke.
No.
So we kind of like to step out the way just a little bit. The quicker you kind of throw them in, nothing too fancy here. We got about 4 pounds, so we don't have to go too particular.
Absolutely.
We just want them right over that drip pan, nice sitting on those grates for an indirect cook. And we won't be long closing the top on here, y'all. We Sisterhood and Smoke, but we ain't trying to smoke our hell
at all.
So we got them set. And they're ready to roll. Go ahead and close it down, sis.
Ready to roll.
Yes. So we're gonna let these sit here, go indirect, and they'll smoke for about the next hour, maybe hour and a half, until you get that nice color that you like. If you wanna go a little bit longer, you can.
Beautiful, beautiful dark bark.
Yeah, you want
Beautiful
that.
bark.
Now you go a little bit longer, you can really get that dark bark. So we're gonna let these roast. This is where that personal preference sets in. If you know you like a lighter, softer outside meat, you let them go for about 45 minutes to an hour. You want to go a darker bark, let them roll for an hour and a half to 2 hours. This is a tougher cut of meat, so we always braise, but we'll bring you back to that process as well. So sis, what do you feel like barbecue, like being next to the fire in such a male dominant industry? It's
very interesting. It's very interesting, I must say, especially coming from one extreme to another, which is the kitchen to backyard barbecue.
Yeah.
This industry is just a little challenging, but the more practice we have, the easier it is for us, because we have a lot of our recipes down pat. Like memory wise, we don't have to look at, you know, our ingredients and things like that, because we've been doing it for so long right now.
And I think we're used to it too. Like that's the other thing about it. Just being around our uncles, hanging out in the backyard, being in the country, you know, they used to running you. Our uncles was like, go grab this, niece, go get that, niece, you know. So just season it. So just being out there, and we get a lot of, like, I will say personally, I get a lot of game from some of the people, some of the guys that have been in this industry for a while, have taught me things on this egg too. And even any open fire cooking that just says, hey, sis, you got it, but if you do this, you know, it's about learning. And I take all of those tips and I put it into what we have now.
Absolutely.
But I'm up for the challenge too.
Always. And to piggyback on that, the exposure we had growing up around grills and eggs, it was not what we expected, what we are doing today. But to gain that knowledge and pick up on those different tools that they give us, it's like we've been in the industry for a long time too.
Yeah, and it's nice because we can pop our collar a little bit, because they're like, black girls, girl. It's like, no, we're not a gimmick. It's just me and my sister. We roll out. We got these eggs on our back like a backpack.
Right.
We load up the charcoal ourselves. We get the fire started. The wood is in, the convector's now. And when it starts smoking, they walk up, they say, is that black girls grilling?
And don't get it confused. Black girls grilling, it's not a separation. We're not separating, we're celebrating.
That's right. Okay, so we are back. The oxtails have now been smoking. We let them roll a little bit longer actually, because we wanted to really get some nice color on these. So they've been rolling maybe 2.5 hours now. We placed them in our Dutch oven. So we're gonna go ahead and add our toppings. As you can see, they're a beautiful chocolate color right now. These are barking like a big dog. So we're gonna go in with our onions and peppers. This is of course to your liking. We did a nice rough chop on these. Add in as many as you'd like. I went ahead and mixed up some tomato paste and crushed tomatoes together. Don't be scared, just dump them all in there. We'll mix them around later. It's not a braising liquid without our beef broth. So a beef broth of your choice goes in now. We want to fill to maybe about halfway. We're not looking to cover these. It's just a nice braise. So we're going to throw the lid on this Dutch oven after maybe about 30 or so minutes. Let the liquid get nice and hot. And I mean, what's a braising liquid without your red wine? So don't be scared. Go ahead and dump it in there. Now's the time we like to go in all of those seasonings we used earlier. We kind of want to repeat them, but this time I'm going to go in with our SPG and our citrus and herb. and just kind of season up our braising liquid a little bit. Don't be scared here. Like I said, as long as you're not using salt, it's really, really hard to over season this meat. You just want to have a nice flavor. One of the tips I will say, if you want those black girls grill and smoke oxtails, now you'll throw some whole peppers in, maybe even in some bay leaves, some thyme. Right here on top, we're gonna let this smoke for about 30 minutes, top off. We'll go in 30 minutes later, throw the top on and let it roll for another hour, and these will be beautiful. Okay, we are back. It's been about 30 minutes or so, everything's starting to set in. So we just wanna break some things down here. Kind of don't be scared to go ahead and get those peppers and onions. As you can see, our braising liquid is about halfway. It's got a nice rich color to it already. A nice, beautiful color. So we're just going in, kind of breaking up that tomato paste and those tomatoes. And don't be scared to really get in there. But we're wanting to make sure that each of the oxtails is kind of touching or resting in that braising liquid. Nice. Throw some extra liquid on top. Everything looks great. And then we're gonna go in, throw the lid on. And remember what I said, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. So let it roll for about the next hour and a half until you got some beautiful, fall off the bone smoked oxtails.
My sister is on her way with these smoked, beautiful oxtail, award-winning People's Choice #1 oxtails to be exact.
I'm on the way, sis.
Come on, honey.
These oxtails smoked up beautifully. I just pulled the top. If you see that braising liquid has really, oh girl, meshed and soaked down into, so we already got our grits on, our smoked Gouda grits. Baby, you ready?
Oh.
You want some gravy?
What we say, succulent and divine. Delicious and nutritious.
Okay. I know, that's right. That's enough. That's enough. There we go.
Oh my Lord.
I mean, the liquid just turned out beautifully. The red wine, the tomatoes, everything just married together so perfectly. Awesome. And if you're anything like me, I like a little bit of extra gravy. Hold on, sis.
Come on, gravy.
Yes. Now that is a smoked oxtail and a smoked Gouda grit.
The real smoked oxtails is smoked Gouda grit.
That's right, smoked up on the big green egg. You're going direct all the way through. Plate it up with our beautiful smoked Gouda grits.
Yes.
You ready? I'm ready to eat.
I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
First thing I like to do is really just hit my grits first, because that's what's gonna freshen up my palate.
Come on, freshen palate.
Mmm. Oh my God, and the oxtails got like a nice little kick to it.
Oh my Lord.
Oh.
I wish you guys can taste this right now, but make sure you follow the recipe and do it yourself. Now I see why we was first place.
Sisterhood and Smoke, baby.
Come on now, Black Girls Grilling.
That's right. We here with our top 3 tips for smoking on the big green egg. This thing can hold some heat.
I made that mistake once.
She still got her eyebrows. And so that way you're still getting a really, really nice smoke.
Sisterhood and Smoke.
Just go get them steaks, because I'm ready.
That tomahawk, baby. I'm gonna go get that tomahawk.